Hello, everybody. It is almost 9:50 on the dot. Happy Friday, everyone. Type 5. Type 5 if you're ready for Friday. Type 8 if you're ready for Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. Wave meteorologist Brian Good. Yes, welcome to Friday. Welcome to SnowTALK as well. Thank goodness it is Friday. It's been a long week. Although yesterday, it wasn't bad really until yesterday. And yesterday was just really wild, especially tracking so much activity at once, even though for a lot of you, not much in the way of weather issues developed. But in some areas, it was quite the different story. So I'm glad everyone is okay. There are still rivers and areas of streams that are out of their banks right now. That will be a story. And in Russell County, Kentucky, just outside of our area, just south and east there of Dare County. Weather Service is sending a team down to determine whether or not a tornado may have touched down yesterday or not. We'll let you know what they decide on that. As always, you guys can comment. I see a lot of 5s. I didn't see a single 8 anywhere. All right, you guys are ready for Friday. That's good. I hope you all are doing well. As always, you can comment on the social media side, but it is more of a challenge, of course, on the streaming side. We don't have that function yet, so if you're watching on the app or on Roku or Fire Stick, again, go to social media if you would like to send out a comment, like Todd. Hello, Todd. Great last name. All right, let's get right into Snow Talk. I'm not going to do a snowboard today because, frankly, it would be depressing. So let me just get into where we're at today and how we get into next week. And then hopefully I'll answer some of the long term as well. Today we're watching, there's the airport at the moment. Cold day, as we expect it to be cold, but certainly it's one of those things to expect it. It's another issue to actually feel it when you walk out. Big difference in temperature for sure in the area, and the wind still a little strong at times, much colder wind. In fact, the latest numbers coming in right at 35 here in Louisville, close to the freezing mark still into Eminence, Kentucky. Same story for those of you in southeast areas of Kentucky, and that's been important because we've had snow showers around today, and it has been able to stick despite the idea of a warm ground. So that's something that's been interesting to track today with some of these snow showers and flurries. By the way, the current wind chill in Louisville is at 26. Right now, we're holding at about 16 in Seymour and about 22 as you head toward Shelbyville. All right, there are the snow showers and flurries now. They're not as organized as they were earlier. So they are drifting into south central Kentucky at the moment. If you are in Marion County, shout out to anyone in Marion County at the moment. If you have that, you will likely see at least some flakes, flurries flying by. Same story in Taylor County and maybe even Columbia. You guys can see a few flakes fly by. But in Louisville, we did have this band of snow that formed the eastern side of Jefferson County. Got decent amount of lift to it there briefly. This morning, look, I can get the time for you guys. Hold on, let's back it up there. It looks like that was going to be roughly, 6:40 or 6:52 a.m., somewhere in that range, all the way down to Fern Creek. This is what it looked like. This is sent in from Frank this morning. Thank you, Frank, over in J-Town. Sending this in, showing the snow showers moving through, and it did accumulate. There's quite a few photos on social media right now of the dusting that we had this morning. No slick spots reported or anything like that because road temperatures are indeed on the warm side. Now, as we look ahead for the rest of the day, there's another fetch of moisture. This is still the same system, by the way. They gave us the record warmth. They gave us the flooding issues and the severe threat. That is still on the map. So we're on the other side of it still because it's so large. So now we're dealing with the colder flow, and snow showers and flurries are showing up, drifting down out of Indiana. Now, the question is, will these move right into wave country? And typically, we do see some enhancement when they do drop in, especially when they get into areas around the bluegrass. They do tend to enhance a little more. But at the same time, it is worth noting. Oops, sorry, got a spammer. Hold on one second. Let me get him. All right, hold on. I'm getting there. All right, they've gone now. They have a more common name now of Russell instead of Rock, like we had yesterday. So there you go. Wait a minute. Did he get in twice? He got in twice, didn't he? Man, these systems are getting smarter by the minute. All right. There is the potential for snow showers, but it's also worth noting as I switch on the satellite, there is a band of clearing that is working its way too out of Indiana. Now, how much of that drifts right into wave country? I don't know yet. Right now, if you were to take the trajectory of that angle, it would likely go toward the I-71 area. You could see a partly cloudy sky, but it may also try to fill in as well as we get into the more heating of the day. As the ground tries to provide some heat, there could be a filling in of the clouds. We'll watch it and see, but I think these snow showers and flurries, the problem with them moving in at the heating of the day as well this afternoon is that the profile gets a little iffy and in some cases on rain drops versus snowflakes, but it's even harder for anything like that to stick. It certainly can, but it's going to be harder for that to happen. This is not a major snow, but it gives you an idea of how desperate we are as snow lovers, that we're tracking flurries in winter. It feels like November, something like that, getting excited about, flurries for the first time. It's like that. It's like that. That's where we're at in this pattern. We're tracking flurries and we're trying to get excited about it. It's something, so we'll see how it plays out today. But if all by all means, if you get anything, let me know as it drifts down. Here's Futurecast. It does show, again, some of that enhancement. Some of this can be a little overdone, but you get the idea. No problems with it. Festive flakes is the best way to word it. Let me move on. I feel like I've talked about it enough. It is worth noting tonight that if we stay mainly cloudy too long, we will not see the dramatic drop in the lower 20s tonight. The modeling was really hinting at that strongly for a while. And I think the cloud cover certainly is going to be the difference. If we clear out before, I would say 1 or 2 a.m., we could easily get into the lower 20s. But that is going to be key. So that helps on the furnace staying on for a long period of time, but it likely will be a cold night either way. Tomorrow, a lot of sun at first, but clouds will fill in tomorrow. And eventually we'll get into more of a gap in the area. All right. So now for the weekend, I didn't show it because I hit the button too fast, but there is a chance for sprinkles. I'll word it as sprinkles. Saturday night, late after midnight, Sunday night, late after midnight. So in both cases, you will likely miss them, not even see it. But if you wake up and you're wondering why the car has got drops all over it, it's because there could be some sprinkles for the overnight period. So my advice, even though the sun's coming out tomorrow, I don't know if I'd wash the car. I really don't. because it's those sprinkles that form in the middle of the night and you wake up that really just, ruin what you did the day before and get the car clean. So I wouldn't worry about the car this weekend because the sprinkle chance is there. Next week is active. It is a rain setup. The rain showers, the first wave is going to be Tuesday. I think this is going to be relatively fast. Don't see any problems with that particular wave right now. But there's no doubt this low pressure is a different story. It is actually very similar to what we just went through with a lot of wind, a large system that will cover several states. So showers, thunderstorms once again, record warmth, it's possible. Wednesday's record is 70. I'm trying my brain here. It's 72. Thursday's record high is 76, set back in 1996. How many of you were born in 1996? I bet a lot of you are. 1996 is the record, or the record year, next Thursday. And right now, the record high there of 76, I do think it is reachable. I really do. So once again, we could see record warmth in the area. So if you love that 75, we could do it again for a couple of days next week. The bad news is we would face wind and thunderstorms. And yes, Lisa, you're already asking the question there. Could we see severe weather? We could, absolutely. But as any severe weather case is, even the last one, it looked like it was going to be relatively sort of easy. I should say sort of. We knew there were two factors that were going to be against the severe weather risk yesterday, and those two ended up happening. So the only saving grace is that we saw them there, and we knew that potential was there for them to bust the severe risk. So we don't know yet what the elements are going to be with this one. We don't know what factors will be against it and what will be for it. That will take some time. But if we see signals, at least in the short-term idea over the weekend here for the system that indicates some for it, we will throw an alert day for it, I guarantee you. But right now we're not there. We're not seeing enough support for it yet. But I do think it's going to be a system to watch. I mean, it's hard to get into the 70s without something given, as I always say, and this is one of those classic cases indeed. So what about the, and Becky, I know you're asking about tornadoes. I don't know yet, but we're watching, okay? The snow part, I can tell you, will be north, all right? So what about snow? Well, March around here, as we know, it's around the corner. March is a weird month for us. We've experienced tornadoes before, obviously March 2nd, 2012. It's happened, and you got to keep in mind, and a lot of people may forget this. If you lived in Henryville and into Washington County, Indiana, you haven't forgotten it. And that is the idea that right after the tornadoes, we had about 3.5 to 4 inches of snow about 20 something hours later. So March is one of those months where you can get the extremes of the severe weather side and the snow side. Okay. So I really do still see signals of cold air attacks coming. I don't know at this point if that means snow, because the cold air attacks are relative to normal, and the normals are going up in March, and they go up in a dramatic way as we head through the next 45 days. So that has to all be factored in. I can tell you that one of the teleconnections we look at on the MGO is trying to go, and admit this may be hard to see, is trying to bounce us between phase 7 and phase 8 as we get into March. Now, the signal is not, it's a weak signal, and it's not overly significant, as you see on the right-hand side there. But I like what it's doing, though, where it's showing the potential for warm air in the eastern United States, and it shows the idea of colder air, because I think both are right. I do think we will see, once again, back and forths. It becomes very difficult. This is not like December and January months, really, where you're able to really pinpoint snow events in advance, because the cold air is very much a lock in the extended. This is not the case. The only way we're going to really catch anything on the snow side is going to be probably within a very short range. As I said before, in a 10-day forecast, typically it'll be 5 days or under if we're going to see anything exciting on snow. I doubt you would see it between days 5 and 10. I really would. So at least I'm seeing cold air attacks. I guess that's something. So it's not a blowtorch the whole entire time. So hopefully we'll have something to track. And even the EPS, the Euro matrix there for the rest of the month of February into March, it is signaling, especially the first week of March, keeps standing out as one of those colder attacks the first week. The last day or two of February and say February or March 4th, that zone is standing out as maybe something to watch there. So there you go. That was that's where we stand at the moment. Everybody good? Everybody excited? Everyone tired? I think everyone's tired. Derek, what about the chances for next Wednesday? Next Wednesday, I think it'll be just showers, Derek, and warm weather. Maybe a record for next week. All right, guys, I'm going to end it from there. You guys have seen it too much of me here lately, and I've talked too much, so I apologize. So I'm going to stop for now until I have to get on TV in less than an hour for midday. But you guys have a good weekend if I don't talk to y'all later on. And enjoy yourselves. Relax. It's going to be a quiet weekend, just some annoying sprinkles at night. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind. But otherwise, quiet. And maybe you'll get some snow showers this afternoon. And please let me know if that indeed happens. All right, you guys stay out of trouble. And I will see you coming up on the flip side there, guys. I'm not sure what I'm hitting there. Oh, there we go.